He's one of the most electrifying, polarizing, and compelling tennis players of the modern era. A man who has battled injuries, survived crushing heartbreaks, risen back stronger, and kept pushing toward the biggest goal of all, a Grand Slam title. This is the story of Alexander Zverev, the German powerhouse whose career has been defined by thrilling highs, agonizing near misses, and a profound resilience that refuses to quit. Today, you're not just getting facts, you're getting the top 10 truths that define Zverev's legacy in tennis. Let us begin. Fact number 1. A phenomenal career of consistency, titles, and wins. Alexander Zverev wasn't born into greatness. He built it, piece by piece, match by match. Turning professional in 2013, Zverev steadily climbed the ATP rankings thanks to a powerful baseline game, a deep serve, and a two-handed backhand that is feared across the tour. By 2026, he has won 24 ATP singles titles, including 7 Masters 1000 tournaments, 2 ATP Finals titles, and 1 elusive Olympic gold medal. He's also one of the relatively small number of active players with 500 tour-level match wins, joining elite company like Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, and other legends of the sport. This isn't random success, it is consistency over more than a decade at the top of men's tennis. Fact number 2. He came up just short in 3 Grand Slam finals, but the hunger still burns. For many champions, reaching a Grand Slam final is the pinnacle, but for Zverev, it has been both an honor and a heartbreak. He's reached 3 major finals in his career: the 2020 US Open, the 2024 French Open, and the 2025 Australian Open. But that elusive first major title has so far slipped through his fingers. At the 2020 US Open, he pushed Dominic Thiem to an epic 5-set battle, but ended up on the losing side in one of the most memorable finals in recent history. He came back even stronger, making the French Open final in 2024, becoming the first German man in decades to reach Roland Garros, only to be defeated in a dramatic 5-set match. And in 2025's Australian Open, he reached the final again, only to be beaten by Jannik Sinner in straight sets. 3 finals, 3 near misses. But every near miss has only fueled his hunger to win that first major crown. Fact number 3. His 22-6 Australian Open semifinal was one of the greatest matches you'll ever see. In the 22-6 Australian Open, Zverev lit up the tennis world again, this time not as a finalist, but as a warrior who almost captured an incredible victory against the world's top player. In a marathon semifinal match against Carlos Alcaraz, Zverev battled for over 5 hours and 27 minutes in a dramatic rollercoaster of emotion, physical struggle, and sheer will. He had match point, late serving for the title in the 5th set, and what could have been the most triumphant moment of his career. But Alcaraz, after suffering from crippling cramps and famously vomiting on court, fought back in one of the most dramatic comebacks in recent tennis memory. Zverev didn't back down. He didn't collapse mentally. He pushed one of the best players in the world to his absolute limits. And even though he didn't win, that battle alone etched his name deep into tennis history. Fact number 4. Zverev's career ranking and season performances show elite mastery. Alex's ranking reflects not just talent, but elite performance, sustained over years. He has reached a career-high ATP ranking of world number 2, and as of January 2026, sits at number 3 in the world, a testament to his ability to compete with the best year after year. In 2024, he had one of his strongest seasons, finishing with a career-best 69 match wins, highlighted by consistent deep runs in the biggest tournaments. That level of consistency, top-tier performance against elite competition across surfaces, countries, and years, is the mark of a true star. Fact number 5. He's conquered every surface, including clay, hard court, and indoor fast courts. Zverev isn't a one-dimensional player. His game has flourished on every surface tennis throws at him. Clay courts, think Roland Garros, where he reached the final. Hard courts, the Australian Open and Masters events. Grass, while not his strongest surface, he's reached respectable rounds at Wimbledon. That ability to adapt, to dominate with a heavy serve here, to grind with deep baseline rallies there, shows true versatility. It is not easy to play at elite levels on every surface, but Zverev has done it with power, precision, and tactical intelligence. Fact number 6. He's a Masters 1000 beast, 7 big titles. Some players stack 250S and 500S, but Zverev stacks Masters 1000 championships, a category considered only one step below a Grand Slam in tennis. He has won 7 Masters 1000 titles across clay and hard court, including big wins in Rome, Montreal, Madrid, Cincinnati, Paris, and Monte Carlo. Few players in history can say they've consistently beaten world's best in this elite category. For Zverev, every one of those wins built not just his trophy collection, but his reputation as one of the most dangerous players on tour. Masters events are where legends prove their consistency against depth fields, and Zverev has done that repeatedly. Fact number 7, a champion at the Olympics and national pride on full display. There's something uniquely emotional about winning Olympic gold. In 2021 Tokyo, Zverev achieved tennis immortality by capturing the Olympic gold medal in men's singles, a prestigious accomplishment that adds a unique sheen to any career. Beating the very best players on one of the sport's grandest stages, with the weight of a nation on his shoulders. This is one of the crowning jewels in his career. That medal didn't just show skill, it showed heart, national pride, and clutch performance under pressure. Fact number 8. He led German tennis into a new era. For decades, German men's tennis has waited for a global superstar, someone who could compete consistently with the legends of the game. Zverev answered that call. Born in 1997 in Hamburg, Germany, he has been the face of German tennis for nearly a decade, in a sport dominated for years by a trio of legendary champions, Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. Breaking into that elite upper tier wasn't easy. But Zverev not only broke in, he became the leader of a new generation. He's now one of the only German men in the Open era with 24 titles and over 500 match wins, joining the likes of Boris Becker and Tommy Haas in German tennis lore. And his presence inspires young players across Europe and beyond, proving that a generation born after the Big Three can still compete, win, and threaten history. Fact number 9. He has a complex legacy, greatness, heartbreaks, and growth. Let us be honest, Zverev's career isn't a linear story of triumph. It is far richer than that. There's the brutal injury at Roland Garros in 2022 where he tore 3 ligaments in his ankle playing Rafael Nadal, a moment that could have ended many careers. But instead he came back. There's the pattern of leading matches, only to lose steam in the biggest moments, something critics and fans debate passionately. Some see it as mental, others as tactical, but it adds layers to his story. There are the rivalries with the very best. Alcaraz, Sinner, Medvedev, players who represent not just opponents but the toughest test of a career. The wins and losses against them aren't just statistics, they're chapters in a narrative still unfolding. And then there's the emotional complexity, a drive to conquer the biggest titles, day after day, knowing at any moment the next chance could be his last. That kind of narrative, fraught with drama, resilience, and emotion, is what makes Zverev not just a player, but a human story in the world's biggest sport. Fact number 10. He's still chasing the ultimate prize, a Grand Slam title. Here's the part that makes this story so gripping. After years of climbing, conquering, and challenging the very best, Zverev has never won a Grand Slam title. He's come close, 3 finals, but that biggest trophy remains out of reach. Some players might hang their heads after heartbreaks that deep. Not Zverev. Every deep run, every final loss, every intense semifinal, it has added fuel to his fire. And that is why you still can't count him out. He's still young, in tennis terms, and his best tennis might still be ahead of him. The game evolves, but so does Zverev. And every time he steps onto a Grand Slam court, millions watch with the hope that today might be the day. Because when a story has endured heartbreaks and still has unfinished business, that is when legends are born. So, what defines Alexander Zverev? Is he an underachiever because he hasn't won a slam? Is he one of the greatest players of his generation? Is he a powerhouse who never quit, despite devastating injuries and crushing losses? Yes, to all of it. Zverev's career isn't just about titles. It is about heart, resilience, near misses that sting, and an undeniable ability to fight back harder every time the world doubts him. And that, more than any trophy, is what draws fans to him. Now let us get real. Here's a thought to leave you with. Is Alexander Zverev one of the greatest players many people will remember even without a Grand Slam win? Or do you think he will eventually grab that elusive slam and rewrite his legacy yet again? Watch out for the comments, because that is where the real debates begin. Let us keep this story going.